Well, everybody, this isn't exactly how I wanted to finish this week out, but I was exposed to COVID. So, because of that, and due to other health issues, I am the unvaccinated, nor can I get the vaccine. So, that's not an option for me. So, that means I am basically quarantined for the next 5 days to prove to everybody I do not have COVID. I apologize, but let's see if we can't wrap up circles. We are starting on page 74, that comma up there. And it talks about to eliminate the parentheses of x plus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 16. Now, I had already talked about standard form being this or vertex or center form. Well, for us to expand this into something called the general form, which will look something like this. Well, we need to expand out both of those binomials. Please understand you have a concept check coming up. When it asks for an equation, I am perfectly fine with this as an answer, where your homework doesn't. It wants you some of the homework, and Pearson wants you to expand it. I get it. So let's talk. How do we expand it? Well, we have two ways. How do we multiply binomials? I can do the square double square, which I showed you guys. Or whenever we have a binomial squared, it really means the binomial times itself. And then we FOIL it. So I'm going to take each one step at a time. So it's first x squared, outer inner last. And then I want to clean it up. There's the first pair of binomials. Now, I can expand out the y minus 2 squared, or I can do the square double square. I did the expansion one, but just to remind you how we do the square double square, we square the front. We square the back, and then we go double times. So 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 times y gives me a negative 4y. When we do the square double square, all it does is it saves us the red step. It keeps us from having to do that cleanup step from the red to the yellow with the x's. So now that doesn't quite look like that normal form that I had previously written. So now I've got to put it in order. That's x squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 4y. I need to combine some terms. Oh, but it's supposed to equal 0. So now I got to subtract 16 off from both sides. So that is general form. X squared plus y squared plus 10x minus 4y plus 13 equals 0. That is taking it in center form. We expand it out and put it in order. So if we're given the following in general form, and I need to work with it because I need to find the center of the circle and its radius. It means I've got to take it from general form back to standard form. And remember, I reviewed it just quickly about how to complete the square. Well, this is where this completing the square comes into. I now have to reorganize, put the x's together, the y's together, and move the constant over. So putting my x's together, and I'm setting it up. I'm going to subtract that 8 off. I'm doing it all in one quick swoop. And what I do to the left side, I do to the right. So if I get 2 plus blanks on the left, I got 2 plus blanks on the right. So this is the piece that I'm going to do a complete the square on, and this is the piece. So doing the x's first. Remember I said housekeeping. I drop the x. I drop the sign. When I drop the x, the power is gone because it's now outside the parentheses. Now, half down, squared up. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared up is 1. Add 1 here, add 1 there. Let's do it again. Here's my housekeeping. I drop the y, drop the sign, half down, so 8 divided by 2, that was a lousy divide. Gives me -4. 4 squared up is 16. What I add to the left, add to the right. So now I've got my center, and we have -8 plus 1 plus 16 gives us 9. So from this, I know my radius is what? -1, 4, and my radius is 3. So then they want us now to graph it. I'm writing that down real quick so that I can graph. So we're going to graph. Boy, I'm doing a lousy job drawing. So all right. So we're at -1, 4. So that's left 1, up 4. 1, 2, 3. Put a point. And then we go, I raise the 3. So I go up 3. Put a point. Left 3. Put a point. Down 3. Put a point. Right 3. Put a point. Again, remember, do not play collect the dots. This is a circle. All right. Here we go. So we just took something from general form, transformed it to standard form, and then drew the circle. At this point, we'd also really should find the intercepts. And remember I said yesterday, does it have to cross the axis? It doesn't. It only crosses the y-axis. So the only intercepts we'd have to find is the y-intercepts. That means we're going to plug 0 in for x. But ladies and gents, that's the end of 2.4 and circles. So good luck. Wish I could be there because I actually had kind of a fun fun thing to do, that we were going to draw a picture using our circles. And we still may do it next week, but I hate to make you guys watch a video like this. I try to keep them short. So there's circles.